Welcome to another episode of Eberhart Outdoors, and I just wanted to do a short video as an intro to my YouTube videos on my new book series. So this is book volume 1. This is book volume 2. And this is book volume 3. Within these books there's 27 chapters, and I'll just name them. Hunting Pressure Realities, Saddle Hunting, 4 segments of the season, Post-season Scouting, Early Season and Lull, Pre and Peak Rut, Post-Rut and Late Season, Rut Staging Areas, Hunting from the Ground, Hunting Standing Corn, Open to Hunting Public Lands, Suburban Hunting, Location Preparation Tools, Location Preparation, DIY Freelance Hunting, Scent Control, Pre-season Scouting and In-season Scouting, Pre-season Speed Tours, which is something I've been doing for about 20-some years, Motion Cameras, Fake Hunting Tactics, What to Take Hunting, Hunting in Inclement Weather, Recovering Bow-Shot Whitetails, Travel Hunting, Hunting Access and Health and Conditioning. I think there's 78 kill stories, short condensed kill stories in here to lend credibility to what you're reading at the time. There's probably 150 photos. There's photos of all the deer with the stories. And Mark Kenyon contributed a little bit. Andy May, Garrett Prawl from DIY Sportsman, Ernie Power, and Greg Godfrey also helped me write a little bit of the saddle hunting chapter. It's very seriously detailed information, whether you're hunting hill country, ag country, big timber, plains out west. There's information on all of those because we have hunted all of those types of even plantations in the south, pine plantations. So there's tons of information in here, and the goal is to make you a serious threat to mature bucks, no matter where you're hunting. That is the end goal for what I have done my entire life as far as writing and trying to give the best instructional information that I can give. And these are available on Amazon in paperback, hardcover, which is a collector's series that's very limited on the hardcovers. It's also available on audio, and I did the narration on the audio videos as well as edited them, the audio. So that would be Kindle and audiobooks, and that's on Amazon. Hopefully we'll get it on Spotify in the near future. So and they're also, I should also say this, the paperback and hardcover books are also available on tethered.com. And I think they're a little bit less money on Tethered. It's also written in a form where if you're a novice hunter, you will still be able, it's so detailed, you'll still be able to understand everything that's in these. And also, probably the last thing I want to mention is I've done probably 100 podcasts, and quite a few of them, the links to those podcasts are on my website, and my website is deer-john.net. I'm sure if you Googled my name, that would pop up. So thank you for watching my YouTube videos, and good hunting. So I was hunting a location the other day, and it was where I had a cell cam picture of a decent 8-point that I thought might make buck. And a buck was kind of traversing behind some tree branches, and hey, I thought it was that big 8-point. It had 8 points on it. I could see 8 points. I could just catch a glimpse of the rack once in a while. And then as soon as once I committed to taking the shot, as soon as he exposed his chest behind some branches, I took the shot. And it was not the 8-point that I had on camera. I never had this buck on camera before, and it was just it's a nice little 8-point, and I wouldn't have shot him if I would have had a good view of his rack. It is what it is, and it's a nice buck. You know, 35, 40 years ago, that buck probably, where I live in Michigan, it probably would have won the local buck pool as far as archery kills. Because you just didn't see bucks like that back then. But nowadays, with that people passing up bucks and stuff, you know, there's bigger bucks everywhere. There's still rarely a buck around my area, but but there is still that 8-point out there that he's borderline. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this, and it's a nice buck. Please don't get me wrong. I'm very happy with it, but had I known at the time that it wasn't the bigger one, I definitely would not have shot. So hey, thank you for watching, and good luck, everybody.
deer can't go through them either. It's too thick. That's why I created those lanes. And now they use this lane right here all the time. That's their main traffic route. Because there's a swamp over here to the right, there's a swamp up towards the road, and there's a swamp to my left. So this is a kind of a transition corridor from bedding area to bedding area to bedding area. It works great here during pre-rut, but this year, these red oaks right here, they have acorns in them, which is kind of rare. They haven't had acorns in 4 or 5 years. So last night they were several does feeding on acorns, and 3 and a 4-point at different times came in and pushed them around a little bit. Just kids playing. But that's all swamp back in there, tall marsh grasses and just brush and a lot of deadfall. But about 10 years ago, back in that swamp, a pretty decent percentage of the trees, because we had some really high winds and they had super soft ground, they blew over. And when they blew over, it opened that canopy up, and that got super thick back there and super dense with brush to go along with the cattails and marsh grasses. I've got a nice 8-point on camera here that is a borderline shooter, probably a 115, 120. And other than that, the only bucks I have on camera are little guys like those 3 and 4 points. And I just shot that 8-point. He came in right over down that edge. I couldn't see him, but I know where he came from. He went behind those autumn olive bushes. And he came right behind this beech tree, which is where my camera is. You can see my camera down there. And he came right through all these leaves. Down through here. And I had a little tiny opening. I could just see little patches of his antlers now and then. But I could tell he had 4 points on one side, and that's the only 8-point I've had on camera here. So I shot him right down there someplace. I was on the other side of the tree, in kind of an awkward position. I ran over into that swamp down in there. And I don't know exactly where I hit him. As soon as his chest was exposed, I took a shot through an opening. I'm gonna give him a while. Probably go up and change my clothes. Give him several hours before I look for him. I loaded my bow back up, because Michigan's a 2-buck state. That buck ran well over 150 yards. I could see his tail, which also is not a good sign. Usually they keep their tail down. So I don't think I double lunged him. About an hour and a half. I'm going to sit here and see what happens. But as I run down through that stuff, usually they die within 150 to 100 yards with a double lung. So I know I didn't double lung him. But he went back in that swamp. And I never heard him stop running, and I never heard a crash. Hopefully that coyote that was over here doesn't find him first.
I took my video camera when I went on the recovery, but when I found the deer, the battery was dead because I'd been using it all morning on the hunt. And upon recovery, I was a little disappointed, but it's still a very nice 8-point buck. And I didn't take any pictures of it until it was hanging in my garage and I was getting ready to skin it. And I thought, I don't have a picture of this buck yet. So I took a couple shots of him hanging upside down, getting ready to skin him. And this is him.